Thank you for tuning in to Reels Angles. This is our first episode of our business series. So today we're going to talk about a little bit of local business, but for everybody else is international business. We're talking about Kodak. Let's go. Good afternoon, world. This is your boy Real, aka your mama's favorite, aka Sugar Daddy in Training, aka Young Bezos. Alright, so hot topic is Kodak. Now everybody knows Kodak, Kodak moment, Kodak picture, created by Kodak. That was created by them being the leader in the portable consumer camera, to say the least. So Kodak was, they was the main supplier of cameras for a long time, for about 100 years. And after a while, they let up their stronghold. The weird thing to me is that Kodak actually was the inventor of the digital camera back in 1975. But they was actually scared that people would progress with the digital camera and nobody would use their old format of their chemicals. They produce a lot of chemicals to help other people produce their pictures. So they were scared that they was going to introduce the end to their current business, which led to a lot of success for them. So where they felt that to understand that the world was moving in that direction anyways, and they could have had a step up there. But any which way, so after a while, the digital age, the phones came out. We got cameras in the phone. It was hard for Kodak to endure. I believe they ended up going in bankruptcy in the mid to later 2000s. Later 2000s, like in the 2000, between 2000 2010 era, they laid off thousands of employees. And for being from a person that lives in Rochester, New York, and I've seen how iconic it was for people and how many people have survived and lived and had careers and retired from Kodak happily. That was a proud job, to have. Like everybody, they treated, from my assumption, that they treated the workers there great, because a lot of them, they endured many, decades. They got there and they did not leave. So what happened was they declined, and they've been slowly trying to pick up with whatever business that they've been doing, but the portable camera industry or whatever it is, that's not their main thing anymore. So as of recently, I believe it was, at the end of July, the government announced that they will be doing a deal with Kodak, kind of like of a loan for $765 million to help produce like ingredients of pharmaceuticals, so that they can stop relying on overseas, in particular China, which is, I think, one of the main producers of pharmaceutical ingredients, or the drugs themselves. So we're trying to, Trump, he's trying to get away from us. There's a lot of light that came into 2020 in the way that we live, the things that we're dependent on, the people that we're dependent on. And now we see, like, the 2020 is definitely was an eye opener for people. So either which way, they gave these people, they're like, okay, we're going to do the $765 million loans. By the way, Kodak is familiar with pharmaceuticals. They are very familiar with chemicals. That's what they do for the most part. So maybe that part and the manufacturing part, that they are very familiar with, made them a good candidate to say, hey, get us rolling, let's get us back to, or get us to a good place, and that is freedom from having to deal with other people's exports, imports, and that good stuff, which we know is a everyday part of our life. So $765 million. But the thing was that this information seemed to be possibly out before it actually happened, for one, or before it was officially announced. and there became spikes. There was surges. Basically, it started off with like 20-30% spike in the stocks, I believe. Then it got up to, I believe, 2,700%, above 2,700%. So I believe they were trading at under $10, and hey, it went up to a ridiculous amount of money. For not ridiculous, I think it ended up stopping at around 40 something dollars. Not here for the details. The main numbers is that it did spike up to over 2,700%, and within like a freaking day or so. And a lot of people there's some investigation, so let's tone it back. So the investigation is, now you have some people who have stock options that became available to them right before these announcements. You have local news supposedly they had put some stories out there. So now there's some investigation. They actually put the loan on hold. Kodak stocks are actually going downwards. I think they are trading at about 30% less than what they are. So I don't know if 30% less than you added up 2,700%, and now you're taking 30%. So I don't know. In my eyes, you probably still up. I don't know that math. I gotta look at what's going on with Kodak. But what do you guys think? Do you think Kodak is doing something or did something unethical with the insider trading, possibly? Or are we just gonna let them live and let them do what they gotta do, which is producing some pharmaceutical ingredients, and let them do what they create some jobs. I believe they was going to be creating 350 local jobs and 1,200 jobs indirectly. It's bringing some money back into our local economy, and overall 350 is a start as far as employees getting back, or people getting back into the workforce. So let me know what you guys think. Of course, like, comment below, share, and we'll talk some more about some new hot topics in the near future, possibly later on today, because there's a lot of stuff going on, stimulus checks and stuff like that. I want to know. So let us know. Comment, comment below. All right. So the business strategy of the week that we're going to talk about this week is organization. Is keeping yourself organized. Now, I'm here to help you guys, speaking to you guys specifically, or everybody who's starting off small. There are more small businesses than large companies. The thing is, and small businesses are the main employers in America. They're mostly employers. I mean, you have some large businesses, that's all we hear about, these Targets, Amazons, Walmarts, and whatever that they're doing, but they started off small. Not all of them. Jeff Bezos did. He started out of his garage selling books and whatever he did. But everybody started small. Keeping yourself organized. We out here with small business, we getting this money, and it doesn't matter if we're in a storefront, if we're out of the garage, if we're in front of the house, if we have a small little store, or we're sharing a space with somebody else. Your business is your business. Business is what we do to gain capital. That's why it's called capitalism. And what we have to do is, even though it's just a piece of business, whether you could be selling juleps out of your kitchen freezer, or you could be trying to step your game up, trying to push it out there, like a catering, or creating clothing for people, customizing different things, or even if you're a mechanic. Everybody needs these things, or like these things, use these things. So you want to present, for one, your thing, whatever it is that you're doing, in a lovely way for people, for them to say, hey, this is nice, I'm glad that I came to you. And part of that, like we were saying, it comes down to organization, keeping yourself ready, keeping things lined up, so that, for one, you're not wasting your time, you're not wasting your customers' time, you're ready to go, where everything is. We have to kind of take things seriously. So keeping scheduling, tracking of bills, tracking of orders going in and out or whatever it may be. Everything has to be organized. Keeping your receipts, everything is important. And we could go deeper into the reason that all of these things come into play, but I'm pretty sure it's a little bit obvious, but it's simple as well. But it starts somewhere. You know, keep files, like get yourself some boxes or whatever it may be, something to keep all your receipts. It doesn't matter if it's gas, you know, if you any type of bills, anything that you spend and you get a receipt back. Trust me, we'll talk more about that later. But keep your receipts. But sometimes, you know, you have to itemize things, and when you use all these things, you could get, you know, it could help in your favor when you go to do your taxes. You know, you could get audited or something like that. They be like, your numbers ain't adding up, and if you have that proof, things will go a whole lot smoother. So definitely keep yourself organized. Know where your stuff is. Keep things in line. This is for my business. This is for my personal life. All right. Business is like a puzzle. You know, every piece has its particular part of where it goes, or its particular place of where it goes to create that bigger picture that we work for. You know, that it takes some time. You know, one piece at a time. It could seem like it's going to take forever, especially if you're doing 1,000-piece puzzle, something like that. That's just like a business. It'll be 1,000 pieces or more, but you got to put it together. If you sit there consistently and you put them one piece at a time, you're going to have your whole picture. So be patient. Consistency is the key. Keeping yourself organized helps out 100%. So let me know what you guys think. Like, subscribe, comment, share, come back, listen to me, talk to me, and let us grow together. In the meantime, in between time, love yourself, love yourself, love yourself. Holla at ya.